the number one safety in America, committed on Wednesday. And he's going to Iowa. Now I know you're probably thinking, Iowa, the number one safety? You sure he's not going to Ohio State, Alabama, Clemson? Nah, he's going to Iowa. In this video, we'll break down his game, his recruitment, and his decision. Stay tuned.
Whose world is this?
The world is yours. The world is yours.
It's mine. Whose world?
Now, Iowa landed a major commitment for his 2022 class on Wednesday, when five-star Xavier Nwankpa picked the Hawkeyes over Notre Dame and Ohio State. Xavier's from Altoona, Iowa, and is the state's highest-ranked prospect of the 24/7 Sports era. His decision to stay in state and play for Iowa instead of leaving for a top program out of state should make him beloved amongst the Hawkeyes faithful. Now, rivals list Xavier as a five-star prospect and ranks him as the country's top safety. 24/7 Sports label him as a four-star recruit and the fifth best safety in the country. Both Rivals and 24/7 Sports ranks Xavier as the best prospect overall in the state of Iowa. He's also a track and field standout at Southeast Polk High School, which is in suburban Des Moines and just over 100 miles away from the Iowa campus. The Hawkeyes' geographic proximity didn't discourage other top programs though. Ohio State coach Ryan Day made an in-home visit last week. Xavier's final official visit was to Iowa on the weekend of the Penn State game on October 9th. Since then, he's been to Notre Dame on October 23rd and Ohio State on October 30th for unofficials. Now, according to 24/7 Sports, Xavier holds 31 offers, including scholarships from Alabama, Clemson, Florida, and others. The 6'2" prospect projected as a potential future first-round draft pick in the NFL draft, and experts compare him to Derwin James of the Los Angeles Chargers. Xavier's evaluation says excellent size to go along with an athletic build and solid wingspan, able to bend with loose hips that allow him to get in and out of his breaks. Burst and closing speed make for a player who displays great range, whether it's getting off the hash and too deep or in a deep third to make plays on the ball or receiver. Possesses game-changing ability to read, react, and close on plays. Shows top-notch tackling and physicality. Strikes the ball carrier along with doing a good job wrapping. Makes plays on all three levels. Does a good job when blitzing, being physical and running through blockers or attacking their edge while making plays on the QB. In the slot or as a nickel backer, can cover and make plays on the ball along with being a factor in the run game. On the back end, scans the field and plays as a ball hawk, whether in the alley or over the top. Very talented player who's going to be a factor on defense, along with having four-core ability as a special teams player. Multi-year Power 5 starter who has a skill set to be an all-conference performer and an early round draft pick. As a multi-sport athlete, he projects as a defensive back on the college level. He played in all three phases for Southeast Polk, gaining 792 all-purpose yards and scoring 10 touchdowns in 2020. He also played a major part in leading Southeast Polk to a state championship in football, intercepting a pass in the state title game. Despite seeing limited action and missing a handful of games due to injury, he recorded 23 solo tackles, 4 interceptions, and 1 kickoff return for a touchdown. Offensively, he caught 33 passes for 391 yards and 5 touchdowns, ran 8 times for 49 yards, and also completed 1 pass that resulted in a 12-yard touchdown. So you may ask yourself, why is the number one safety in the country going to Iowa when he has schools like Ohio State and Notre Dame calling his phone every day? Well, at the end of the day, it boiled down to 3 things: stability, ability to play right away, and game day experience. Now, Xavier's father heard the Iowa football staff tell his son they're not going anywhere. Other schools such as Notre Dame and Ohio State say the same thing. After some help from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, only one of those claims turned out to be true. LSU lured Notre Dame head coach Brian Kelly to the Bayou with a 10-year, $95 million contract. So Notre Dame went from not going anywhere to going in a couple months span, and gave the Hawkeyes another edge in the recruitment of the top safety in the 22 recruiting class. So this news definitely made a focus on stability, which ultimately helped make the decision. 2 of the 3 Iowa coaches to visit Xavier when he told them he was committed to Iowa have each spent the last 23 years in Iowa City. Those coaches were head coach Kirk Ferentz and defensive coordinator Phil Parker. They've been a steady presence in the state of Iowa City for a long time. In that same span, Notre Dame had his 6th head coach and Ohio State had his 5th head coach, and this is including interim head coaches. Stability certain wasn't the only factor in the 5-star safety decision. His father asked Xavier 10 questions to help make a decision, ranging from mental health and proximity to home to the best coach to elevate him to the next level. his father pointed to the better opportunity to play right away at Iowa than at Ohio State. Now, Xavier said that if he goes to Iowa, he felt like he had a good shot to start right away based on his work ethic. And Xavier's official visit checked that last box on his decision. Surrounded by a crazy crowd, the then number 3 Iowa defeated the then number 4 Penn State. Xavier said he was super surprised. They were getting super excited. The defense was making a bunch of plays. It was really cool to see. The game result was just part of what impressed Xavier on his official visit. His father said Iowa did a lot of good marketing during the visit. Even the student section, they knew who he was. The chanting was there, his father said. I felt like, who is this guy? He's not even already on campus, and everybody kind of knows who you are. That attention gave Xavier a little bit of steam, his father said. They call his name out all the time. Xavier, we want you. We want you. Xavier then called this the best college football experience he's ever seen. And he committed to Iowa. So there you have it. The number 1 safety in the country commits to Iowa over Ohio State and Notre Dame. Comment below your thoughts on Xavier and if you think he's a true number 1 safety and if he made the right decision. And like I always say, if you love college football recruiting, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. It's free. And leave a like for your boy while you at it. But until next time,